when I'm in a really happy place like that and I'm being taken out of my body, it's like I just lose the ability to control my body, right? And I am just giggling my head off. And it's one of my
scary.
Oh no, it's great. And it's one of the things that I love about my son, because you'll just hear him when he's really enjoying something, just giggling like a little kid, and it's just this kind of wild abandon. That's what you'll get when you watch this. So I highly recommend.
You're talking about like belly laughing.
Oh my God. Just
not losing total control of your body.
No, it's not like you like literally pee your pants, although I don't know, maybe I should qualify that. But just you don't have the control to not just completely laugh your ass off, and it's just very freeing is kind of where I'm going.
I think when you're a woman in your 50s, that,
that and
potential
trampolines.
to pee your pants is always there.
True that. True that. Okay, that's fair.
Welcome to Drinks with the Girls. Conversations for women over 40 around connection, change, and the power of female friendship. Living well with stories to tell. I'm Karen, and this is Lisa.
We are moms and solopreneurs stepping into our own, diving into real conversations about things that matter to women in midlife.
We're here to spill the tea on everything that affects women in their 40s and beyond. Topics like loss and grief, changing relationships, launching kids, menopause, and reinventing ourselves in midlife. We are here to tackle it all.
Connect with us through a blend of our lived experiences, our friendship, the memory of our moms, plus a collection of real stories, honest conversations, and engaging interviews that will make women over 40 feel seen and remind them that they're not alone on this journey called life. Let's go.
Hello, listeners. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Drinks with the Girls. We are so happy you're here. And I'm going to tell you what I'm drinking right off the bat. I am drinking a June Shine hard kombucha, desert cooler flavor,
Yummy.
Which isn't my favorite flavor, but it gets the job done.
Is it like cactusy? I don't really know what a cactus flavor is.
I don't either, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
All right, whatever. It's with the vibe.
What are you drinking?
So, you guys know it was kind of an epic fail with my drink on the last one. I really was just like, oh, this is not good. So I got, I haven't had this before, but I know I'm going to like it. It is a Fentiman's ginger beer. And it's got botanical ginger beverage with herbal extracts, botanically brewed. So I'm going to have it in my beautiful wedding barware that is miraculously still intact. I haven't even opened it yet. So,
does ginger beer have alcohol in it? It does not, right?
Nope, it doesn't. I mean, you can get stuff that there's a lot
like
of drinks.
Root beer.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that they're doing right now with ginger beer. I've had like alcohol stuff, but this is not alcoholic, and it smells. I don't know if you can hear the bubbles, but it's very refreshing.
Fizzy. So, listeners,
it's pretty good.
As Lisa takes a sip of her fizzy drink.
That's a little. Woo! There's a ginger kick. It's an after kick.
Okay.
Alrighty, I'm awake now.
I don't care for ginger beer.
I know.
Putting it out there.
You're not a ginger. I get that.
I'm not. It's not that. No, I was born strawberry blonde. So if we want to go down the ginger road, we can. But I just am not I don't like Moscow mules. I don't like ginger or beer. I don't actually like ginger per se. Anyway, okay,
my lips are tingling. So, and I'm down with that, but holy crap. Yeah, that is gingery. It's good, but you better like your ginger.
Oof, no,
I give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay. Better than the recess drink that you had on the other process.
I mean, I like recess, so no shame recess, but that was not a hit with me. I don't.
Bad flavor.
It was not happening. Okay, so what are we talking about?
Today, we are going to give you somewhat of like a nervous system survival kit or maybe something to keep you grounded. Actually, let me rephrase that. These are things that keep Lisa and I grounded in a world that just feels not grounded. The world feels heavy. The news is freaking relentless. And, I think it's it's easy to get into overwhelm, or it's easy to just check out altogether and doom scroll or Netflix binge and just totally numb out. And that's not what this is. We are going to give you our personal binge-worthy things that maybe can help you when you feel like you need something other than watching the news or just the traditional social media scroll.
I'd like to protest slightly because, well, hang on, time out. I thought we were just doing like media binges, so that's all I did.
Yeah, media binges.
Okay, I was like,
yeah, media.
I was thinking she's going somewhere else here when it was like, no, we're not talking about Netflix, and I was like, that's not really the assignment I thought I had. So, okay,
damn it, she's going right rudder again.
Like,
oh
what
no,
what the hell? Like, shit, spa day? What are we doing?
Thank you for clarifying. Yes, media. So music, TV, movies. Things that you can use to, make you feel some kind of way in a world that maybe you don't want to feel, but not in a toxic, I'm checking out of life kind of way.
Yeah. Although sometimes like checking out of like the current situation feels really good. I don't mind like drowning myself in something else, to be honest.
Yes.
All right.
So
when
when the world feels chaotic, this is how two women in their 50s are just figuring out how to regulate their nervous system, right, in the midst of the chaos. So,
yep.
And let's just put this disclaimer out there that and we've talked about this a little bit before about doing like social media audits or, just being very conscious about what you are consuming, because sometimes it's not good, the things that we consume. So just being aware, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I kind of broke mine down into like little categories.
Okay.
So I don't know. Let's see if yours fit into my categories. But my first category was comfort viewing.
Okay.
Right? So like, we just need something to help us feel comfortable, whether that's, rewatching old things that we are familiar with and maybe we like know every word, low stakes, low drama, like cooking shows. Like I think of, what is it? The British Bake Off. What's that? Baking.
Great British Bake Off.
Yes, stuff like that. One of them that is my go-to is the series, and I don't think you've seen this, Grace and Frankie.
I got to take notes. I got to write that one down because you've said that more than once. So I have my little tablet here so that I can write down things that I wish to steal from you. So I'm going to put that on. And where is that one?
Well, let me just take a little hiatus and pause right here. Listeners, if you are in the car or on your walk,
we forgot to do that.
Or on the treadmill and you aren't able to write things down, this is the perfect time for you to join our email list, drinkswiththegirlspodcast.com. Join the Pod Squad, get on our email list, because in there you have everything. You have the show notes, you have all the things we talk about, you have the drinks, you have the shows, you have the research, whatever it is we're talking about, it's all in the show notes. So go get on the email list, join the Pod Squad. You'll have it all at your fingertips.
Yeah, because you're going to get really annoyed with us because we're going to drop some really good stuff here. And I'm telling you right now, it's a lot of good stuff. So you are not going to be able to like write it all down. So if there ever was a time, it is now.
Yes.
Thank you for remembering.
So my beloved Grace and Frankie.
Okay.
It's Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin. I mean, so first of all,
end. Where do I watch that?
I believe Netflix.
Okay.
Yes. So, and I think there's like 6 or 7 seasons.
I will say that I did not organize mine in this manner. I was more pedantic, like TV, movies, whatever. However, because I love my homegirl, I can easily adapt and list under your categories because that's just what two friends do.
I thought you might be able to do a little pivot.
Yeah. I got you.
So, what do you got for the comfort viewing?
Yeah, okay. So, let me ask you a question. When you say comfort, do you mean like not funny, just kind of sweet? Like, I need to know specifically where you're at with this because I got a lot of like random.
I think funny definitely
stuff.
falls into comfort. No, I think funny could definitely fall into comfort, right? Just something light, something that, maybe it's predictable,
Yep.
safe, maybe like nature documentaries or like I said, the cooking shows, stuff like that. Things that are like calming or positive, right? Gives your brain a break from the chaos.
Yeah. So I need to put a little disclaimer in here because my husband's like, I don't know how you watch this stuff. So I am a Law and Order freak. I am obsessed with Law and Order, SVU. I feel like if Olivia Benson could just kick some ass in this world, like everything would be much better. So my husband's always like, how does that relax you? And it's like, I've done a lot of thinking about that. And I think it's because when I look at that, I'm like, well, my life isn't that bad. Life isn't that bad. And so it just kind of like, and I love the fact that she's like kicking ass and taking names. That being said, I will bring up once again the writer Lisa McKee, and I spoke about her on our last episode. And she has 2 shows on Netflix. One of them is not being produced anymore, and the other one is brand new. And that woman can write. She is laugh out loud, snort, pee your pants, like just absolutely belly laugh kind of gal. And so the 2, she's from Ireland and she writes about environments in Ireland. So the 2 I'm going to recommend that are just butter for the soul are Dairy Girls. And there's like 3 seasons of that. And it's about, I'll tell you what it's about, but it's not about it. Kind of like the same way that Ted Lasso, which is another butter for the soul show, isn't about soccer. So same kind of thing, right? So it's about this group of teenage girls, sort of, and you'll see what I mean when you watch it, growing up in Derry. And it takes place in the 80s, right before they signed the Belfast Accords. Or maybe it was, I can't remember I might be butchering that, but it was the peace accords, essentially. And so it's a really, really interesting time. So that's hysterical because, of course, they're part of the, they're on the Catholic side, so they go to Catholic school, and so that's all in there. And she just writes super, super well. And then her brand new one is How to Get to Heaven from Belfast, which my husband and I have seen maybe 4 or 5 episodes. Same kind of thing. Just snort, pee your pants, like just, like, I feel like when I'm in a really happy place like that and I'm being taken out of my body, it's like I just lose the ability to control my body, right? And I am just giggling my head off. And it's one of my...
Sounds scary.
Oh, no, it's great. And it's one of the things that I love about my son, because you'll just hear him when he's really enjoying something, just giggling like a little kid. And it's just this kind of wild abandon. That's what you'll get when you watch this. So I highly recommend it. You're talking
about like belly laughing.
Or, oh my God. Just
not
like
losing total control of your body.
No, it's not like you like literally pee your pants, although I don't know, maybe I should qualify that. But just you don't have the control to not just completely laugh your ass off, and it's just very freeing is kind of where I'm going.
I think when you're a woman in your 50s, that,
that and
potential
trampolines.
to pee your pants is always there.
True that. True that. Okay, that's fair. Okay.
So is Ted Lasso on your list also?
Oh yeah. Yeah. And if you've been living under a rock, again, people are like, it's soccer. And like, first of all, what's your problem? Soccer's great. But it's not really about soccer, right? So same kind of thing. But Ted Lasso is there, and they're doing a new season. It's coming out this summer. So that's
yay!
Super wonderful, because we all love those characters, and that's pretty cool. So, and I'll also mention why I'm on that train, because the writers of Ted Lasso have done a new one, and newish, Shrinking. And that's on Apple TV, and the 3rd season just came out. And how's this for a star-studded cast? So Jason, help me.
Segel.
Thank you. Jason Segel is the lead. Brett Goldstein, who played Roy Kent in Ted Lasso, has a small part in it, but he's a writer on it. So same kind of really good writing. And it's Harrison freaking Ford, y'all. Harrison Ford has never done TV. And he is all in on this, and his character is fantastic. And then there's some other actors that I wouldn't say are well-known. They're becoming well-known because of their appearance on the show, but it is just wonderful. And it's about this group of psychiatrists. But again, it's not about this group of psychiatrists, right? And how they deal with their patients and their own kind of foibles in their lives. And it's great. Jason Segel? No, I'm thinking of...
Segel.
I'm thinking of Steven Seagal. It's not that kind of series.
No.
Jason Segel plays this therapist that has just lost his wife to a drunk driver, and he has a teenage daughter. Now that sounds super heavy, right? And there are like moments of that, but it's really the writing is so well done. I promise you'll laugh, and it'll be just wonderful. So yeah, that Apple
So the
TV
same
trifecta.
writers that are the same people that put up Ted Lasso did Shrinking?
Correct.
Oh, well, no wonder they're both so amazing.
Yeah.
And I think the things that appeal to these two shows for me, it's not just the comedy, because the comedy is fantastic. But I'm not like a big comedy girl like, Abbott and Costello. Like, I don't like the stupid slapstick comedy type stuff. I want to feel something, and I want it to be a little realistic.
Yeah. Agreed.
And that's why both Ted Lasso and Shrinking, not only are you laughing because things are so funny, and because they are both so well acted. All the actors are fantastic.
Yeah, they really are.
But the characters are going through real life things that make you feel things. So you're laughing, but you're also feeling other things too. And for me, the shows like that are just, I don't know, just like medicine,
Yeah, and you'll recognize a lot of the actors. Like Ted McGinley's on there, and if that name means anything to you, it means you are old enough to have watched The Love Boat back in the day.
Oh my gosh, I was wondering where he was from.
Yes,
he's so good. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know, right? Never in a million years.
That's amazing. I'm like, I know he was on like a show in the 80s. I just couldn't figure out what it was. Fantastic. So good. Okay.
Yep. So there you go.
Hey there, I'm Lisa Coricella McDowell, your midlife Pacific Northwest princess, here to guide you in the art of next leveling your life. I'm passionate about women's health and wellness in midlife, especially for moms parenting kids with unique needs like I do. I truly believe we can learn, grow, advocate, and care for the planet while taking care of ourselves and our families. And I'd love to help you do the same. And I'm beyond excited to tell you about my membership for maxed out mamas just like me, the Empowered Parent Collective. It's a space for parents to confidently advocate for their kids, build inclusive communities, educate themselves, and find balance and support along the way. To find out more about the Empowered Parent Collective, my classes, wellness offerings, parenting tips, advocacy resources, and exclusive Drinks with the Girls goodies, head to nextlevellifewithlisa.com. Let's survive and thrive in the messy middle together.
I also want to mention at this point, although this show is a little more on the funnier side, but Schitt's Creek. Were you a Schitt's Creek fan?
I haven't gotten into it. It's on my list. I got into it, and then my husband was just like, and so I ended up like watching some other things. It's definitely on my list, but to be honest, it always pisses me off when people pass away, and then all of a sudden, like, you'll see their shows like all over the networks. It just feels really gratuitous to me. So of course Schitt's Creek is all over now because Catherine O'Hara just passed. So I'm kind of like, I'm not going to watch it just in protest, which is stupid.
But I love it though. I love it because now, and I feel this way about Diane Keaton, like just a classic icon passes away. Like, and if more people can be exposed to her work, and same with Catherine O'Hara, it's
very
like,
true.
I'm here for it because those are two women who I feel like were very, what's the word? Like underappreciated. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you for getting in my brain. Yes.
Well, it takes one to know one, right?
Schitt's Creek. Let me just say a little bit about Schitt's Creek. I was very annoyed with Schitt's Creek in the beginning because it's like this uber wealthy family, and they lose their fortune after being defrauded by their business manager. And it's just so gross. Like, their wealth is so gross. And I'm automatically turned off in the first episode. I'm like, oh, this is not going to be for me. All the characters are annoying and whiny. But then if you can stick with it through a few of the episodes, you will fall in love with the characters by the end. And I mean, I can't recommend it enough. Very good.
Yeah. And if you like Eugene Levy, who stars in it with Catherine O'Hara, they have done a ton of movies together. They were kind of Christopher Guest's muse. And if you don't know that name, why don't you? First of all, he's Jamie Lee Curtis's husband. But more importantly, he has done a bunch of shows, and he was the six-fingered man in The Princess Bride. Again, I will fight anyone that doesn't agree to me that Princess Bride is the greatest movie of all time. So
That should be on I didn't have that on my list. Do you have it on your list? I didn't have that on mine.
Oh, yes, I do.
I forgot about Princess Bride. Okay, good job.
He was in Spinal Tap. So he's done this whole series, and he has like the same people in all of it in different roles. So it's Catherine O'Hara, Eugene Levy. He acts in some of them, and Parker Posey, if you guys remember her. And then I'm totally blanking. Who was the woman? She was on words are so hard. On Glee. She's tall. She's blonde.
Oh, the PE teacher?
Yes.
Oh, I can't
remember. I can think of the people she's played, but I'm spacing on who it is. She also was in, she had a big role in Only Murders in the Building, which is also on my list on Hulu. Because, I mean, Steve Martin, Martin Short, Selena Gomez, and, like, the guest stars to die for. Hello, Meryl Streep. Like, what's not to like?
You know what? I saw a few of the episodes.
Yeah.
I saw a few of the first episodes. I didn't stick with it. And I don't remember why, but that was just one of the ones that kind of fell off for me.
It's good.
Okay, you're going to laugh at this next category because I'm obsessed with raging.
Nice.
So I have a category that is like rage.
I'm obsessed with raging.
I'm obsessed with my feminine rage at 57. Finally, rage or release.
Okay.
Like those songs or those movies or the artists or I don't know about books, but
that's Law and Order SVU for me.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's the release valve for me.
Okay. For me, I was thinking a lot about just like music, because one of the things I have my clients do, I'm going to start having them go to Rage Room, but
I know, I love
one
that.
of the things that I have them do is do like a rage, like a release, like a somatic experience. You put on, something that just fires you up, some kind of music, and you literally just scream and shake your hands and punch pillows and just you move that energy because, what do we do as women? We're taught to suppress our anger, right? And so our rage literally has nowhere to go. So I just get giddy when I think about stuff like this. But my rage music is Florence and the Machine, Linkin Park.
Oh yeah.
And I was thinking of an old one that I used to listen to a lot when they were the Dixie Chicks. I think now they just go by the Chicks, right?
Yep.
But like that's some good rage music too.
Goodbye Earl. I mean, hello.
Right? Exactly. So what about you? Do you have anything that you do to kind of move anger through your body?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about moving anger through my body. I probably should. Well, maybe no. So, like, one of the things that I need to do more of that helps me chill out a lot is to go in my infrared sauna. That is like the best thing to calm me down. The red light and just sweating and just chilling out in there, that really, really is the one thing I'm able to do that just really chills me out. The other thing I've started doing, and since I got the flu, I haven't done it, I need to go back to it, is I will put like my Apple Radio on. So if you don't have Apple Radio, it's basically, if you have iTunes, you have it. It just compiles all this stuff that you like and then throws in things like that. So it's kind of like the world's best Pandora station. And so I call it the Taylor Swift workout. So context, when she was getting ready for the Eras tour, she would literally exercise her way through the entire show. So she would be on her treadmill and she would run full out during the really intense songs and then walk on the other stuff because she was trying to get herself in shape for like basically a marathon. And so I kind of tried that one day, and I got on my treadmill and put on my Apple Radio and was just like singing and like dancing around on my treadmill, and that was really nice. That was very cathartic. So highly recommend. And I didn't fall off the treadmill either, which was really great.
Bonus. My name is Karen Shatafian, and I am a shameless coffee addict and empowerment coach for women, and my love language is authenticity. My mission is helping women unapologetically design a life they're in love with. Because what the hell are we waiting for? My website, KarenShatafian.com, has all my coaching packages and free offers like my Midlife Reclamation Guide. In it, you'll find tools to help you decide how to create the most inspired and empowered version of yourself and your life. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram talking about ways women can show up for themselves after decades of showing up for everyone else. Join me as we throw off the shackles and live our best freaking lives. See the show notes for all the details. Cheers. What about, and we talked a little bit in the beginning about, or at least I did, about not totally numbing yourself out or checking out. But like Lisa said, sometimes we need that escape. Sometimes we need to binge Netflix or listen to music or read a novel or something just to purely escape.
Yep. And
I just went through this recently, and I'm going to talk about it here because I've talked about my dad before. And so listeners, Lisa and I have both talked about our dads and our relationships with them. And recently my dad was hospitalized, and he actually passed away last week. And during the whole time, it was not that long, actually. It was about 3 weeks from the time he was hospitalized to the time he passed away. Actually, I take that back. It was 2.5 weeks. I was binging Sons of Anarchy.
Nice.
Because I needed something that was so far away from my reality that I could just put it on and that my brain would literally not think. Like, my brain would not think about anything except the cute guy who was the head of the motorcycle club, but also just this silly, insane family of motorcycle people.
Is it really violent? I'm trying to remember. I don't think I've seen it before. Perfect.
Yes.
Okay.
No, it's very violent. Which, I mean, I'm almost embarrassed to say I don't really have a problem. I don't really have a problem with violence.
When you're in that mood, you're in that mood,
Yeah, I do to some extent. Yes, it's violent. It's it's sexist. It's
all the things we stand for here at Drinks.
All the things that I normally do not like on the daily. But it just took me so far out of my reality that escape is what I needed. But what about you, Lisa? What
I'm trying to think of what would be equivalent, and I think I'm going to go with, rather than like the fun bubbly escape, I'm going to go with the more serious stuff. So I've talked about my Law and Order obsession, but I am your gal in terms of British mysteries and detective mysteries. I freaking love them, and my husband loves them too, and it's one of the things we will totally bond. So I will say right now, if you do not have a subscription to BritBox or Acorn TV through Prime, and you are a fan, just go right now and throw your credit card down, because it's worth every penny. And I will just give you some recommendations of the darker ones. And again, I'm going to rip through these, so check it out in Pod Squad. So I would say some of the ones that are fairly dark but good are Linley. And if you need a great series to read, anything by Elizabeth George. It's about this detective Thomas Linley and his life, and she's written forever, and her stuff is really good. So Linley. The other ones that are pretty good are so it's this whole series. So Morse started it out, and that was around in the 80s, and then basically you just kind of kept going with the detectives. So his kind of assistant detective was Inspector Lewis. Then they did a series with that, right? And then they went back to a prequel for Morse, which was Endeavor, which was friggin' fantastic. So that, to me, is kind of the epitome of that genre. But there's all sorts of ones. PBS has some amazing ones. Top ones for that, I would say, are Unforgotten, which is really fantastic. Baptiste and Vandervalk are some newer ones. Grantchester, people have probably heard of. Professor T is a newer one. One of the best ones in there is Vera, and that stars Brenda Blethyn, and that was based on a series. I can't remember the writer's name. Her first name is Anne, but she wrote Vera, and the other one was Shetland. That's another good one, and that's on BritBox. So those are some of my top. Some other ones would be D.I. Ray. I'm just looking at my list here because it's long, and there's a ton of them. Acorn TV, Inspector Ellis is a really good one. And I'm just trying to see if there was other ones in that genre that I would recommend. Those are probably my top. There's other ones that are a little lighter, but if you're looking for something that's just kind of bleak and dark and like cool, those would be my top recommendations.
Bleak and dark, exactly what we need.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I think everybody should just join the Pod Squad. Is just specifically for all those
Seriously
those
And
recommendations.
I
that
ain't
you
done.
gave.
You should see the list I have. So, okay, next
love
category. This is like Family Feud without the feud, and frankly, the family. So I like it.
Hey, well, okay, that reminded me. I mean, and I am not my best friend Shane. Shout out to Shane. She loves British mysteries as well. She's all about it, and so I think she's going to get a real kick out of your list. And I'm curious to know, which ones that she also agrees with. But it made me think of Downton Abbey.
Oh yeah,
That's my
Yep.
my version of dark and bleak.
100%.
But that was such a. I even bought. Okay, you're all gonna laugh at me, but I bought the DVD, the
Nice.
DVDs.
Back in the day.
I did because I wanted to have them. Because who knew that streaming was going to be the thing, and you were going to have
know.
everything available at your fingertips.
I know.
But
Remember that you get those
digress.
books, and it's got like 30 CDs in there. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, I've got these, not CDs, but DVDs. Ah, I've got it. And
Yes.
now you're like, where's the nearest like Goodwill that I can donate this to?
Exactly.
Oh, wait, I
Okay.
almost forgot.
Oh.
Hang on. There's another really dark one that I have to say that missed the list. And this is Netflix. It's Luther. And it's Idris Elba. Enough said. Like I would watch
Oh, hello.
right? I'd like listen to him read the dictionary, and he's this very, very troubled detective. And that one's really good.
Oh, good. Okay, I'll check that out.
Yep.
Okay, next category. What empowers you?
Okay.
And I don't necessarily know that I'm like, oh, I really need to be empowered. Let me go watch this thing or let me read this book. But you know what I mean? Like, what do you, after you're done watching it or maybe reading it or listening to it, what makes you feel empowered? Do you have anything like that on your list?
Yeah, I mean, Taylor Swift tends to do that for me. I'm just trying to think. Stuff with women, I think. God, I'm trying to think of what I do when I really want to pop. My music, like just, Apple Music, anything that really speaks to me with that. Just trying to think of artists that I will put on when I really want to feel that way. And it's so varied, right? There's just so many. I mean, the fact of the matter is that women are kicking ass in pop and rock and roll right now. And it used to be really tough. There's so many women putting out just really friggin' fantastic music in all genres right now. And so I would definitely say female artists for sure.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, Pink is always one of my go-tos.
Oh, yeah.
Like she pumps me up. As far as books go, I know a lot of people have issues with, what's her name? Glennon.
I don't
But I
even
have
know who
to-
you're talking about.
Oh, Glennon Doyle.
Doesn't ring a bell.
She wrote Untamed. She wrote Love Warrior. She does a podcast with her wife Abby Wambach
Oh!
and her
Wait.
sister. I can't remember her sister's name.
I thought they were divorced. Maybe I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of.
No, they're together. But their podcast, We Can Do Hard Things.
Oh, okay.
And her whole story is interesting, and you guys can go check it out. But she used to be married. She used to be, I think, like a Christian blogger.
Okay, I'm thinking of the same person then.
Yeah, she was a Christian blogger. Had a lot of addiction issues, eating disorder issues. Ended up getting divorced from her husband, and that's when I discovered her. Love Warrior was the book that she wrote that I read, and then after her divorce, she fell in love with Abby Wambach, the famous soccer player. And then they got married. And now they live their life together. But anyway, so her book, Untamed, I read it a few years ago, and it was at a great time for me because I was on the heels of my divorce and I needed some empowerment. And so that did it for me. And then certainly the book that we just reviewed, I'll Have What She's Having, Chelsea Handler. That chick empowers me.
Yeah, and actually all the books that we've done reviews on, I would throw those all in the category. So listeners, if you haven't listened to our book reviews, we've done, I think, 4. So we just did Chelsea Handler, like she said, I'll Have What She's Having. Before that, it was By the Fucking Lilies by Tara Schuster. And then it was Brooke Shields Is Not Allowed to Get Old by Brooke Shields. And the first one we did is We Should All Be Millionaires, Rachel Rogers. So I highly recommend any of those if you need a little empowerment. The other one I would recommend is You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. And she did another one called You Are a Badass at Making Money. So all of those I would throw smack in the middle of the empowerment category for sure.
She has a third one too, but I
really?
I can't remember the title. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. Also, and this is, you might chuckle about this, but I love watching Devil Wears Prada.
Are you going to see the new one? The new one's
Hell
coming out.
yes. Yes, yes. I mean, that's just something I put on when, not necessarily that I need empowerment in my mind. Like, I'm not telling myself that, but I just love that. I love that show. All right. Next category. And we maybe have touched on this a little tiny bit, but like, what soothes you?
Okay. All right. So I love PBS Masterpiece. There's rarely something that comes out on PBS Masterpiece that I don't love. A current one that my husband and I are obsessed with is All Creatures Great and Small. So it was the show in, I want to say the 70s, and it was all based on the writings of James Herriot, who kind of wrote this semi-autobiographical series about his life as a vet in the Yorkshire Dales. And so they produced that, and now there's a new version. And Martin and I always talk about it. It's like, I watch that, and it's just, everything is freaking right with the world. Like, my heart is just so warm. And it's not that it doesn't deal with serious topics. Like, it takes place during basically the World War II. But it's about freaking animals, for God's sake. And them, like, working with these farmers, these quirky farmers. And it's like a warm hug. I just freaking love it.
That's awesome. I've seen that. I actually have the book. It was my mom's.
Yeah.
But yeah, it makes me want to check it out. What is that show? I think it's called Julie and Julia.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about the movie, Julie and Julia.
The movie. Yes, the movie. Based on the true story of the blogger who went through Julia Child's, cookbook. And I don't know what it is about that show, but it does. It soothes me. It's one of the ones I just put on to, feel some kind of way. The other one, I do love Eat, Pray, Love, the movie with Julia Roberts, based on the book by Elizabeth Gilbert. Again, that was a movie that I watched and during a time when I was having my own questioning, much like Julia's character in the book. And so, yeah, that's just like a go-to for me. And then also a book that is kind of a go-to that I haven't picked up in a while, The Morning Pages by Julia, I want to say Cameron.
Oh, The Artist's Way.
Is that right?
The Artist's Way by Julia
Cameron. The Artist's Way. Thank you very much. Yes, The Artist's Way and her Morning Pages. And that was just something like if you need a ritual or if you need something to get you out of consuming and into creating, then that is just, that was something that was super important for me and very soothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
What else were you going to say?
So I want to go back to the empowerment one because I hit a place in my list that was heretofore hidden. I do not subscribe to Stars on the regular, but if I hadn't seen these shows, I would. They did just like a bunch of series that were all about famous women in history, and every single one of them was kick ass. So The White Queen, which is about Elizabeth of York. And then they do The Red Queen, which is about the Tudor dynasty, the spacing on the matriarch of that dynasty, but it's basically Henry VIII's mother. And then The Spanish Queen, which is about Catherine of Aragon. But the one that I just freaking loved is The Serpent Queen. And that is...
yes.
That is...
Minnie Driver. Was she in that?
Minnie Driver plays... Okay, I'm trying to remember who plays... Catherine de Medici, and it's Samantha Mathis, I think. I can't remember. Samantha something. You'll recognize her when you see her. So it's about her and how she basically came to France. She was Italian. She was of the Medicis and like just not in a good situation. And they had to basically polish her up to get her married off. And she turned into, and historically this is accurate, one of the biggest power players in Europe and basically put Renaissance France on the map in some crazy ways. She was ruthless and man, talk about like a badass. But yeah, the Serpent Queen is friggin' fantastic. So those are all on Stars.
I remember seeing ads or something for that and thinking, oh my God, that looks so fabulous. But yeah, I don't have Stars either. So I was like, oh, boo.
We like cheated and got the 30-day free subscription and like binged it all. So there's even a 7-day one. Yep.
That's good. You got to time that right though, on weekends when you when you have time.
And then you play the game and you put the dot in your Gmail address. So instead of lisacoricello@gmail.com, you do lisa.coricello@gmail.com because it comes to the same place, and you get another 7-day free subscription.
Listeners, you need to subscribe to our email list so you can get
hot tips
like this.
Okay, quick pause. Have we talked about the Pod Squad lately?
Oh, the Pod Squad. You mean our email list /VIP lounge /digital wine club?
Exactly. So listeners, if you're not on it yet, you're basically making life harder for yourself when it comes to podcasts.
Like trying to scroll for show notes while speed walking on a treadmill. Wait, what was that link again? Oh, no. Grab the side rails.
Or pulling up that book we mentioned while you're in the Starbucks line and then realizing everybody else moved up 3 cars and now you're that woman.
We've all been there. That's why we made the Pod Squad. You'll get new episode alerts every week with direct links. Easy to listen, easy to share.
And show notes straight to your inbox. So when we drop a life-changing product, book, hot tip, or yummy new drink, you're not rummaging through your memory like a woman searching for her reading glasses when they're on top of her head.
It's organized, it's helpful, it's for you, babes.
So join the Pod Squad. The link is in the show notes. Just tap it.
Snacks, sarcasm, solidarity.
And obviously, fighting the patriarchy.
We write at dawn.
There's one more, though. There's one more. I'm on a roll. Hang on.
Give it to me. Go. Keep going.
In terms of just feel good, happy place is also on PBS. Highly recommend it. It's The Durrells in Corfu. It is based on a true story of this family who the father dies and they're just bereft and they decide, screw this, we're just going to move to Corfu. And they go to Corfu and kind of sort of similar to Under the Tuscan Sun, but it's the whole family and it is so well done. Same kind of thing. They're in Greece and it's like when it's yucky and wintry out here, I mean, God bless Southern California. I miss it, but it is just, the scenery is amazing. The characters are really quirky. Same kind of thing as All Creatures Great and Small. You feel like you've had a warm hug afterwards. It's great. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Go.
Nice. Okay, this one might be a little tricky. I don't know if you have anything under this category, but what movies or shows or books or music helps you to safely release sadness? Because I'm a freak. Am I a freak? Tell me. Does anybody else do this?
Asking for a friend.
Like asking for a friend. I literally just did this last night. So there was this show. My God, my 57-year-old brain is in play right now. I think it's called Goodbye June or Saying Goodbye to June. Helen Mirren.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. And Kate Winslet directed it.
She directed it as well. And it's about June is their mother. It's this family and she has cancer and they are saying goodbye to her because she is dying. And so for months I've wanted to see it. And I was telling my daughter, because Peyton's been with me a few days, and I told her today, I said, it probably wasn't a good idea for me to watch this right on the heels of my dad passing away literally a week and a half ago. But am I the only one that watches sad movies like to feel sad? Like Steel Magnolias and Terms of Endearment have always been my go-to movies, right? And you know, when I think about it, it's just like, it's kind of insane. And also, in a weird way, soothing.
Cathartic.
There it is. Cathartic. Correct.
Yeah.
So it's not just me. I'm not a freak. Am I?
No, you're not a freak.
I'm okay if I am, but
I would say that I'm a freak for a different reason, because I probably should be watching this cathartic stuff to get it all out. We make fun of my journal obsession. By the way, Karen gave me a gift, the 5-minute journal. Y'all, I'm telling you, it's converting me. That's a whole other story. I struggle to let go. And so to me, the idea of watching something to like induce tears is friggin' terrifying, because I'm just afraid once I start, I won't stop. So that's a whole thing with me that I think is very different from all this. But in general, that is not something that is a positive thing to me. So I have no problem crying at movies or TV shows when I'm feeling the legitimate emotion, but I I have a thing about I'm not going to actively watch something to kind of get it all out. That doesn't appeal to me. That's scary to me, which,
Well, and that's not what happens in my conscious brain. Like my brain's not saying, hey, I'm really feeling all this pent up sadness. I need to watch Terms of Endearment.
I was like, damn, that's pretty extra.
No. I mean, last night, I can't explain. I don't know. I can't explain it. And, I don't want to go into the whole thing about my dad's, passing, but it's definitely hit me a lot harder than I was anticipating. But yeah, so no, it's like a subconscious thing. It's like one of the shows will be on and I'll be like, oh yeah, let me watch it and fucking sob my eyes out. Great idea. Okay. So conversely, next category, what do you watch when you purely just want to laugh?
Okay.
You just want to laugh your ass off.
I mean, you go first, but obviously my Lisa McKee, Dairy Girls, How to Get to Heaven from Belfast is top of the list, but go for it.
Okay. I watch things like Bridesmaids.
Oh, God.
That's usually in the rotation.
That is too much.
Anything Maya Rudolph or Kristen Wiig, like, okay. I'm in love with those women. And Amy Poehler. I mean, all the SNL comedians.
Maya Rudolph's show Loot, I think, is on Apple TV, and that's pretty funny.
Yes, so good. So yeah, Bridesmaids, like Girls Trip with Queen Latifah, and oh my gosh, what's her name? Oh my gosh, funny as hell, Tiffany Haddish. That's a good one. And it's kind of a silly one, but Nacho Libre.
Oh,
because this was a show that my kids and I would watch when they were growing up. And my son literally knows every word. And he and I will like send each other quotes from Nacho Libre and also from School of Rock because we were big Jack Black fans. But
Jack Black's great. And
then, of course, Schitt's Creek. That's always fun and makes me laugh. And anything with Diane Keaton. Book Club, Something's Gotta Give.
Book Clubs. I friggin' love that series. It's great. It's hysterical.
Yeah. Okay. What about you? I'm sure there's more, but that's all.
Yeah, I'm trying to think because the Lisa McKee stuff is really like that. Just does it for me. Oh, of course. How could I forget? Absolutely Fabulous with Jennifer Saunders and Joanna Lindley. Y'all, you must. So currently, it is on BritBox. I think the movie that they've done one or two movies. I think it's just one. I don't know what channel that's on, but y'all, it's friggin' hysterical. So Jennifer Saunders plays this kind of, I would say she's a Renaissance woman, but she's really bad at it. She's like kind of this fashion designer. And Joanna Lindley plays this kind of aging wannabe groupie. And they drink too much. They do too many drugs. They are just politically incorrect, doesn't even begin to cover it. Like one of the episodes is when they go to Marrakesh and don't have enough money to do things. So they sell Jennifer Saunders' daughter into white slavery to pay for it. I mean, it's just this outrageous shit. Like there's no freaking way that and you're just almost laughing at yourself for laughing at it. The other one I'd put in that category is HBO. Same kind of thing. You're just like, how am I laughing at this? This is so freaking over the top. I'm embarrassed and laughing at myself. Is The Righteous Gemstones. Y'all.
Oh, yes, that's on my list.
Oh my God, it's hysterical. So it's God, my brain is not in remembering more. John Goodman plays it's this televangelist family. And some of it's told through flashbacks. The matriarch has passed away, and it is Jennifer. Oh my God, this is not the night for me to put my friggin' recall on. Jesus, what is her name? She's got an insane voice. She's part of Sugarland, the duo Sugarland, and I'm just spacing her last name. Jennifer Nettles. She plays the mom, so she'll guest on episodes. But it's that and their 3 kids. And the 3 kids spend their entire time fighting with each other, they're adults, and trying to kind of take over the dad's empire. It is, y'all, you'll literally be like, I cannot believe I'm laughing at this, but this is so freaking funny. You're in snort laughing kind of mode. So that's another one.
I love snort laughing. That's my fave.
Yep.
So that's all I got.
Okay.
Those are all my categories. What else? What do you have that I missed?
Okay, I've got another one. What do you want to watch purely for pleasure? That's just juicy, delicious, like, oh, this is great.
I mean, my mind immediately goes to like something sexy, but I can't think of what that is.
Let me help you out. One
Okay,
word.
help me.
Bridgerton.
Oh, Bridgerton. Yes, Bridgerton
Yep.
is a good one. Correct.
Shonda
Yep.
Rhimes, like the new season, the second half of the new season comes out next week. Like, holy crap, that is some spiciness.
Yeah.
And I would say an oft overlooked kind of adjacent to Bridgerton is Queen Charlotte, which is a Bridgerton story. It's not a season, but it's about one of the characters in Bridgerton. Really, really good. The other one is Grey's Anatomy. I'm working my way through it. I never seen every show. That is just a really fun one that can be spicy and silly and like soap opera-ish combination of like you can cry on one episode, laughed at the other. So that I think those are good ones. Victoria on PBS is a series they did on the life of Queen Victoria, which is really super good, and there's some good kind of juicy bits to it.
Did you ever watch Nurse Jackie?
No. Is that good?
So Nurse Jackie, it's a series, and oh my God, I'm blanking on her name. Famous actress.
Oh, from The Sopranos.
Correct. That's a good series too, by the way, The Sopranos.
Yep.
I don't know where we've tried to watch it, but I don't know where it's streaming. But so Nurse Jackie is about a nurse who works in a hospital. I think it's the ER, who is addicted to painkillers, and just her life. It's good when you want a little drama, a little comedy.
Oh, Scandal. I would add Scandal to that too. That's another Shonda Lamb one. That's done now, but the old seasons are on. It's Kerry Washington and Tony Goldwyn and a few other people. That's really well written and fantastic and juicy and just really good. I would say there's other ones that are just really, really good for me. I don't know if they fit a particular category, but in no particular order. Patricia Cornwell. She has done a ton of stuff. She's written a bunch of books. They are really intense murder mysteries. They're pretty violent and super cool. Nicole Kidman is bringing it to a series, and Ariana DeBose is in it, and oh gosh, I'm trying to think. So I'm excited to see what that is, but she's written a ton of them. That is a really good, just jump in and lose yourself. The other series I love was the Number One Ladies Detective Club by, I think it's Alexander McCall. It's set in Africa. Really, really good. And then the other ones that I really like, and I don't know, this may not be everybody's taste, but I really like action movies that are funny, that like don't take themselves too seriously. And so under that topic, Jack Ryan's really good on Prime. That's a little bit more serious. But Reacher, if you haven't seen Reacher, it's great. Really, really good.
What's the one with Keanu Reeves and he's like an assassin?
Oh, that's
Reacher?
That's the John
Wick
stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of those, but I've heard they're really good.
Yeah, no, those are good. We just saw, actually on Valentine's Day, we went in the theater and saw Crime 101 with Halle Berry.
Cool.
And also, who plays the Hulk? That actor. Love him. Yes, Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo. Yeah.
Yes. And so that was fun. Like, still, like, you know,
yeah.
I like things to be wrapped up in a bow at the end. And so don't leave me hanging and don't make it unrealistic.
Yeah.
But this was that. But it was entertaining. So.
Yeah. The other one my husband will always watch is anything with Jason Statham in it. So Jason Statham is, he's an English actor. He used to be basically an Olympic diver, and he got into action stuff. And it's like, I don't care how loose the plot is. It's freaking great to watch him do his thing. So he's a good one. The other ones for me that are just like really cool and just can get swept in are Bosch, the series Bosch, which is on Prime. Sherlock. If you guys haven't seen Sherlock on PBS, it's Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman. Fantastic, kind of unique telling of the Sherlock Holmes myth. The other one I want to throw out there, it may not be funny to you or good if you don't like soccer, but Welcome to Wrexham talks about the Wrexham soccer team and the fact that Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney have bought it. I'm going to throw in there The Pit. That is definitely a more serious one, but it's written really, really well. That's on HBO. And Slow Horses on Apple TV. So well written. It's a very like Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy kind of like it's about these MI6 spies, right, in England who have screwed up so bad that they've been put in this building called Slough House, and they're basically, nobody takes them seriously. They're just kind of off in a corner, and the place is run by Gary Oldham, who is probably the most disgusting man you've ever seen in your life. He smokes, he drinks, he swears, he treats them all like garbage, but it is so well written, and just the zingers in there. Just like, I am a sucker for a really well written show. Just something that is at the prime of its craft. I don't care if it's a comedy, a drama, a mystery, whatever. When it's written really well, I'm totally down with that. How about you? Do you have some like and The Lincoln Lawyer? That's the other one on Prime that I recommend.
I've lost track of what what
the
category we're on.
This is the Pick Six.
I think I've heard of like 10%
Miscellaneous
of the show.
Miscellaneous, yeah. So then you'll have lots of things to watch.
Exactly. And listeners, can you tell we do way more binging than we do reading?
I know. It's just kind of the way it is. But I did put some series in there. Yeah, and that's another plug for our book club series. So far we've done nonfiction because we just haven't really been able to find like fiction ones that speak to it. But please, if you guys have recommendations, certainly stuff to binge, but especially books, let us know that you'd like to review. We've got another one that we're working on, but yeah, we always love to get those.
And our goal is for you listeners just to stay grounded in this world that can feel super chaotic a lot of times. So we hope that, you are able to walk away from this episode with, maybe a new show you can watch, maybe a new rage song you can add to your playlist. Just something that, you can take and hopefully add to your life in some way. But before we sign off, Lisa, is there anything else you want our listeners to leave with?
To all my teacher friends out there, if you have not watched Abbott Elementary, get your butt there, because I've always said in my next life, I want to come back and do a documentary about being a teacher, because people would never believe the crazy ass stuff that goes on, like never in a million years. I don't think they'll ever be able to do it because of the releases and little kids. So Abbott Elementary is about as close as you can get. And it is a spoof. It's like a mockumentary. But I'm telling you, it's not too far off from real life. Like, really, it's definitely not too far off. So for sure.
And in a couple weeks, we are going to be talking about the lifestyle of educators.
Ooh,
and
good pull, girl.
Yeah, you like that?
Yep.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that, all of our educators out there. Or people who have children in school or who went through school, just to get a little bird's eye view into what it's really like to work in the field of education. I told my daughter, she works with elementary school kids right now.
She's got to watch it.
Intervention teacher, and the things that she tells, the little quotes, I said, you just need to write a book about just the things like little kids say, because it's hysterical. Just like, okay, that's funny. Anywho, well, thank you, listeners, for hanging out with us during this hour-ish. And we hope that, you could pull something from this list that we gave you, because like we said, we just want you to be able to feel like you can spend your time in ways that make you feel better, and not to check out, not to numb out, not to succumb to the overwhelm, but just to literally do things that can regulate your nervous system. Because you know what I've learned that I didn't know 2 decades ago is that my nervous system is important, and taking care of it is important. And whether that's, watching Ted Lasso or screaming my lungs out to a Pink song, whatever it takes, it's important for us to do the little things that can just help us feel grounded in this crazy world.
Yep. Or just because you want to watch Sons of Anarchy and watch a bunch of people killing each other. Or you want to watch Bridgerton, and my husband's always like, this is so unrealistic. This would have never happened. I'm like, this is like a bubble. This is not supposed to be realistic. But I'm telling you, the new season, whoo, darling. Yeah. Yeah. So whatever kind of mood you're in, I think we got you. So again, drinkswiththegirlspodcast.com. If you remember nothing, if you've been walking on the treadmill this whole time or driving, just remember drinkswiththegirlspodcast.com. Everything's on there, the Pod Squad, the email list. There's a listing of our latest episodes, kind of little short bios about Karen and I. Yeah, really cool stuff. So I think that's all I got, girl.
That's all we got. So thank you for joining us and spending time with us, and we will say cheers.
Cheers.